Back, it's Miss Birgit again, and today we are going to be talking about the emotion of feeling hurt. Now, feeling hurt, by that I mean emotionally hurt, not physically hurt. So when we're emotionally hurt, it might be because we've been excluded, we've been left out of a group or an activity that we wanted to be included in. It might be because someone's pointed out something about us and put us down for it. Could even be something that we normally would feel really proud about, or something that's really an important part of who we are, and they've taken it and turned it around into something negative. Feeling hurt means sometimes we want to then make ourselves feel small and kind of pull away to protect ourselves. Oftentimes we think of feeling hurt as a blue zone emotion. And the story I'm going to share with you today is a story that's a little bit uncomfortable to read and to listen to. And I think actually that's the way it should be. It features different people in a situation in which there are people on the inside of the group and then someone who's left out of the group. And I want you to think about a time in which you felt like the person being left out. And also a time in which maybe you were the one doing the leaving out and pushing someone away. When we feel hurt, it's important that people recognize it and offer comfort. And then also, it's important during times in which we have an opportunity to include that we remember how important including others is. So this book I'm going to share with you today is called Each Kindness. It's written by Jacqueline Woodson and it's illustrated by E.B. Lewis. Each Kindness. That winter, snow fell on everything, turning the world a brilliant white. One morning, as we settled into our seats, the classroom door opened and the principal came in. She had a girl with her, and she said to us, "This is Maya." Maya looked down at the floor. I think I heard her whisper, "Hello." We all stared at her. Her coat was open, and the clothes beneath it looked old and ragged. Her shoes were spring shoes, not meant for the snow. A strap on one of them had broken. Our teacher, Ms. Albert, said, "Say good morning to our new student." But most of us were silent. The only empty seat was next to me, and that's where our teacher put Maya. And on that first day, Maya turned to me and smiled. But I didn't smile back. I moved my chair, myself, and my books a little farther away from her. And when she looked my way, I turned to the window and stared out at the snow. And every day after that, when Maya came into the classroom, I looked away and I didn't smile back. My best friends that year were Kendra and Sophie. At lunchtime, we walked around the schoolyard, our fingers laced together, whispering secrets into each other's ears. One day, while we were near the slide, Maya came over to us. She held open her hand to show us the shiny jacks and tiny red ball she'd gotten for her birthday. "It's a high bouncer," she said. But none of us wanted to play. So Maya played a game against herself. That afternoon, when we got back into the classroom, Maya whispered to me, "Bet you can't guess who the new Jack's champion of the world is." Behind me, Andrew whispered, "Chloe's got a new friend. Chloe's got a new friend. She's not my friend, I whispered back. The weeks passed. Every day we whispered about Maya, laughing at her clothes, her shoes, the strange food she brought for lunch. Some days Maya held out her hand to show us what she brought to school. A deck of cards, pick-up sticks, a small tattered doll. Whenever she'd ask us to play, we said no. The days grew warmer and warmer. The pond thawed. Grass began to grow where snow had once been. One day, Maya came to school wearing a pretty dress and fancy shoes. But the shoes and dress looked like they belonged to another girl before Maya. I have a new name for her, Kendra whispered. Never knew. Everything she has came from a second-hand store. We all laughed. Maya stood by the fence. She was holding a jump rope but did not come over to ask us if we wanted to play. After a while, she folded it double, rolled the ends around each hand, and started jumping. She jumped around the whole schoolyard without stopping. She didn't look up once. Just jumped, jumped, and jumped. The next day, Maya's seat was empty. In class that morning, we were talking about kindness. Ms. Albert had brought a big bowl into class and filled it with water. We all gathered around her desk and watched her drop a small stone into it. Tiny waves rippled out away from the stone. This is what kindness does. Ms. Albert said, each little thing we do goes out like a ripple into the world. Then Miss Albert let us each drop the stone in as we told her what kind things we had done. Joseph had held the door open for his grandmother. Kendra helped change her baby brother's diaper. Even mean old Andrew had done something. I carried teacher's books up the stairs, he said. And Miss Albert said it was true. I stood there holding Miss Albert's rock in my hand, silent. Even small things count, Miss Albert said gently. But I couldn't think of anything and passed the stone on. Maya didn't come to school the next day, or the day after that. Each morning I walked to school slowly, hoping this would be the day Maya returned, and she'd look at me and smile. I promised myself this would be the day I smiled back. Each kindness, Ms. Albert had said, makes the whole world a little bit better. But Maya's seat remained empty, and one day Ms. Albert announced to the class that Maya wouldn't be coming back. Her family had to move away, Ms. Albert said. Then she told us to take out our notebooks. It was time for spelling. That afternoon I walked home alone. When I reached the pond, my throat filled with all the things I wished would have said to Maya. Each kindness I had never shown. I threw small stones into it over and over, watching the way the water rippled out and away, like each kindness done and not done, like every girl somewhere holding a small gift out to someone, and that someone turning away from it. I watched the water ripple as the sun set through the maples, and the chance of a kindness with Maya became more and more forever gone. And that's the end of our story. I hope you enjoyed this book. I hope it actually helps spark some conversation about what it feels like to feel hurt. And then also, how can we do better by one another? How can we be mindful about being inclusive, which is so powerful and so important, because everyone deserves to have a place and feel important and feel like they are a part of the group. Until next time, take care.